This session, let's focus on understanding some of the statistical concepts and how they really are linked to the financial world, especially in terms of understanding the market returns. In general, when we talk about the statistical methods, we are more and more interested in a big, huge set of data, the analysis of that particular data, as well as inferences or conclusions from that data. That's the major objective when we are applying some kind of statistical concepts. And primarily when I am looking at the financial world, I may want to analyze the various returns, stock returns, bond returns, or probably I want to assess the prices, the stock prices, the commodity prices, or I may be interested in looking at the growth rates, different kinds of growth rates, or for that matter any such kind of a financial data over a large period of time. I want to look at, I want to do some analysis, and based on that I may want to derive some kind of conclusions from that data, or I may be even interested in doing some kind of forecastings or predictions based on the observation of the large volume of data. So this is where statistics is really helping me out, right? So overall, when I look at the intention of understanding statistics for finance professionals, it is majorly to address this kind of an objective. So any data that is presented, we are interested in understanding the various dimensions of that data, and probably should lead us to make some kind of inferences and conclusions, or even help me in doing some kind of forecastings once I have a look at that particular data. So with that in mind, the broad agenda for this session is, I would talk about initially the basic concepts relating to statistics. First of all, the different branches of statistics, or probably discussing about different types of measurement scales, etc. Then the next two subparts, I am focusing more and more on summarizing the data. One, using the frequency distribution, because one important thing what I wanted using statistics is a better presentation of the data. Once the data is presented well, the analysis and conclusion making becomes more easy. So the summarizations, one using a frequency distribution, or probably doing a graphical representation. Then we look at a few sections relating to the quantitative computations on the data. Right, I am looking at the quantitative computations on the data, where I talk about for a given data, how is it centered, which is called as a measures of central tendency, and how is it dispersed, how is my data deviating from the center or dispersed from the center, which are talking about the measures of dispersion. Is the pattern of my data more or less symmetrical, or is it lopsided or skewed towards one side? So that is something which we would try to understand. And finally, are the extreme outcomes, are they likely or not? So that is what we are trying to understand through the various mechanisms. And finally, we'll try to see some kind of investment related applications, where I really need to use either a geometric mean or an arithmetic mean, or what is that I am going to, and how can I decide what I can use in what kind of a context. So with that as a base, let's simply get started with the basic fundamental concepts of statistics. So whenever I initiate the basic fundamental concepts, I need to understand what statistics is all about. What do I mean by statistics? Probably two major definitions come out. On one side, we say some data is statistics. Means I have collected the statistics regarding the population of this particular country, which is nothing but I have collected the data regarding the population of this particular country. So sometimes people use the word statistics to mean data, and in some cases, or in most of the cases, statistics means some methods or tools to derive or analyze the data and derive some kind of conclusions out of it. So, in general, the statistics as such got broken into two major dimensions. One is the descriptive statistics, where we talk about summarizing the data properly. So, some kind of representation, some kind of